Hey everybody, how you doing? Joe Fratto here. Today we're going to talk about drywall, okay? Drywall, sheetrock, wallboard, whatever you want to call it, okay? This video is mostly going to be for people that have never done it before, or maybe just hung a piece here and there, okay? For you guys that have been doing it for years, you know, you might get a tip, I don't know, we'll see. This is going to be the classroom training first, okay? I'm going to give you a rundown, brief rundown. Okay, if you're going to do a basement or a room addition, okay, this is going to be helpful. Okay, first let's go over the tools. First you got to have safety, okay? Glasses, hearing protection, all right? Years ago, nobody stressed that, and now today I'm suffering from it. But anyway, that takes care of that. Next thing, they sell these little attachments for to hang sheetrock. And what it does is when this collar hits the board, it sinks the screw, okay? These are good if you're hanging one sheet or a patch, you're putting a little patch, okay? And you fit it in your drill, and I'm not fond of them. So if you're gonna hang a basement, a room addition, or a house, if you got a cordless drill and this attachment, junk. Don't even waste your time, okay? I'm telling you like it is. It's garbage, okay? You want to get a screw gun, okay? You set the depth and you check, you know, test it in a spot. Put your screw on, drive it in the board, you know, in a 2x4, and check the depth. The depth, you only want the screw to go into the sheetrock about 1/8 of an inch, maybe 3/16. That's it. If it tears the paper, when the screw is in and you see the paper torn, you're in too deep. You don't want to go too deep, okay? So get a screw gun. DeWalt, Hilti, they're all pretty good, okay? So that's what you want to do as far as screws go, okay? Stay away from cordless drills and them little gizmos, okay? No good. Next thing you're gonna need is a router, okay? Porta cable, roto zips are good, okay? Roto zips, I wouldn't recommend them if you're gonna do drywall all the time, but they're fine for you, okay? And we'll go over that in a little bit. Foot jack or a kicker is what they call this. This is when you hang your bottom sheets. You set your bottom board, kick this in, you step on it, it lifts it up tight to your top sheet, okay? You gotta get one of them, probably about $13. Next thing, hand tools. If you're gonna do a basement or a room addition and you're gonna hire somebody, okay, and you're hiring a drywall hanger, there's two kinds of hangers. You got guys that get paid by the piece, and they're going to come in and they're going to hang it and make everything white. They're not going to care where the joints are, most of them, okay? Most of them. They're just going to make it white, okay? Then you've got guys that get paid by the hour, and they're a little more conscientious, okay, on how they're going to hang the sheets. If you hire a drywall hanger and he pulls out a tool pouch, that's a carpenter's tool pouch. Well, I've had guys come on the job site and say, I'm a drywall hanger, and they didn't even put their tools on. I'm just looking at the tools that they have, and I send them home, okay? You can't judge a book by its cover, but certain things you pretty much can, okay? So anyway, this is a drywall pouch, okay? That's what a guy should be wearing if you're hiring a hanger, a true hanger, okay? First thing important, a knife. If you're gonna hang sheetrock, you want a knife with a fixed blade, okay? These retractables, the blade don't come out far enough. Junk, okay? Don't even wasting your time flipping. If you're man enough to hang sheetrock, then you're man enough to handle a fixed blade, okay? So don't cut yourself. That takes care of that. Magic marker. This is the studs when you're doing your ceilings, you can mark them all so you see exactly where you're at. You're not screwing the sheets blind, okay? Of course, a pencil, keyhole saw, pretty handy to have. Sometimes you got to trim a little bit or cut your box out if you're not going to use a roto zip. A scrubber. After you cut a piece of drywall and you snap it, there's always little knots on it. I call them dog nuts. Dog nuts, camel balls, alligator nuts, whatever you want to call them. This, you'll scrub it down real nice, okay? Get it nice and smooth. Hammer. I use just a regular claw hammer, okay? Nowadays, everything, you're screwing everything, so there's really no need, I mean, you shouldn't be banging any nails. I use a claw hammer instead of a hatchet. Because a hammer, a lot of times there'll be a nail sticking out somewhere, and it's pretty versatile for me, you know. Circle cutter. This is to cut, if you're hanging a sheet of board where you got pipes, you get your measurements, you set it to where you need it, 2-inch pipe, 3-inch pipe, a light box, 6 inches, goes all the way up to 12 inches. Okay, so you'll need one of them. Of course, your tape measure. 25 footer is pretty good. Beginners starting out, I don't have one locally. A little 16 footer fits in the palm of your hand real nice, you know, for ripping boards, so that should be okay. And your pouch for your screws and your nails. Now let's go back to the router. The bit that you want to put on here for routing, get roto zip, okay? And they're pretty good. Now there's two kinds. There's guide points and there's standard. Standard is pretty much if you got a lot of ornate cutting in the sheetrock and you're cutting things out, the standard bit's the way to go, okay? But most of you do-it-yourselfers, you're not going to be doing that kind of stuff, so I suggest get the guide points. And what they are is, they'll follow, like if you're trimming a doorway, okay, that guide point, the bit will follow the wood or the window, whatever you're cutting out, and especially your boxes and your switch blades or whatever you're doing. So, guide points, roto zip,